great, Daniel Boorstin quote. Daniel Boorstin would be kind of like one of the modal kind of liberal consensus guys against which Buckley and all those guys saw themselves fighting. And this is from Daniel Lazaire's book, The Frozen Republic. It's not surprising we have no enthusiasm for plans to make society over in America. We have actually made a new society without a plan. Or more precisely, why should we make a 5-year plan for ourselves when God seems to have had a 1,000-year plan ready for us? So this is supposedly the consensus liberalism that Buckley and et al. were reacting against. And then this whole idea of a discontinuity from 1955 is something that just has been quite brilliantly by Kim Phillips Fine and Alan Lichtman and Bethany is just really has to be rethought in a pretty systematic way. I'll just end by reading something I wrote in a listserv. And if you want me to, I'm sure most of you can play at home, but deconstructing the various parts of the standard narrative, which, but if you want to ask me more, you can do that in the Q&A. So I'll just read a paragraph and then I'll sit down. Just as right-wing dispositions are continuous throughout American and human history, right-wing politics is as well, even at the high tide of the New Deal era. Just pick up a random issue of the Congressional Record from the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, or I would say the Chicago Tribune in its editorial page, and you will find perorations from Southern Democrats and Midwestern Republicans in no way distinguishable from a Ronald Reagan or a Strom Thurmond from 1964 or 1974 or 1984 or 1994 for that matter. One time recently, a conservative man of letters, one of the Davids, I don't remember which one from, or Brooks, penned another in the interminable train of self-congratulatory columns about the dynamism of conservatism and the war of ideas over the last couple decades as the secret of their success. I asked David to name a single one of these conservative ideas not present in the Conservative Manifesto of 1937. And David's answer was broken windows policing, which, I thought the whole point of broken windows policing was that it was a return to a maintenance of law and order that existed before, the status quo ante before the 1960s. So let's see if I have any ringing final thoughts. The state of the field is excellent. And I'm proud to be a part of it. So thanks.